Hello, welcome to The Revealing. I'm your host, Kohberger, here to discuss the Idaho 4 case. As a disclaimer, this channel is for entertainment purposes. These are my opinions. I'm not here to slander anyone. So with that being said, let's get started. I wanted to do this video for you because I was supposed to be putting out a different video tonight. I'm going to put that one off for just a little bit. I've got some other things I need to look into until I get back on that. But one thing I wanted to mention tonight is when I look at this case and how I've looked at it from the beginning and how I'm still looking at it to this day, is I'm looking at it from the perspective of the investigators in the case. And you can call me a guilter or whatever you want to call me, but I assure you that's not the case. What I've seen in this case, looking hard at the investigation, is I've seen the investigation that took place. And I have a lot of experience, albeit years ago, with the drug task force operations and how they interact with law enforcement and how they interact with a murder investigation. And everything that I've seen so far in this case and in the investigation seems to lend credit to that. However, I want to always be fair. If this gentleman is innocent, then I would definitely not want him to be found guilty, and we know what happens if he's found guilty. If he's innocent, he needs to go free. And I'm always going to call it out on both sides when I see something. And here's something that I wanted to mention as it relates to the alibi that did not happen in this investigation. And it never really made sense to me why this didn't take place. Now looking at the alibi where he's claiming to be in another state, it makes the fact that this didn't take place even more sus, okay? In a murder investigation, in an unaliving investigation, whenever a suspect is developed, the number one thing the investigator should do at that point, and it happens in almost every other investigation, so why it didn't happen in this one, I don't know. But you bring your suspect in for questioning. And I'm not talking about an interrogation where you're reading them their rights and then interrogating them. That is different. When you bring a suspect in for questioning, you're doing one of two things. Number one, you're getting a statement from the suspect. And if that statement is true, you can validate the things that they say and eliminate them as a suspect. That's the whole point of bringing them in for questioning is. And then if they're lying to you, you check out those statements and figure out that they're lying to you. And guess what? Now you've locked them into a story. Whether it's true or not, it doesn't matter. If you lock them into lies, that's as good as them confessing truths. So for example, if they would have brought him in for questioning and asked him where he was on the night in question, and he says, oh, I was out driving in Washington State in the park areas. I like to go out there at night and hike and run and look at the stars. Then all they have to do to verify that is check the GPS data on his phone. And if the GPS data on his phone verifies he's out in the park, you eliminate him as a suspect. And why that why that questioning of the suspect never took place when he became a suspect is suspect. So I'll grant that to you. And if the law enforcement assumes in the entire investigation, and this is possible that it happened this way, if they assume that he is the suspect, they never bring him in for questioning, and they only focus in on phone data in the area in question, and they never even go and check the phone data in southwest of Pullman in the park area, then they wouldn't have been able to verify that his phone was in that area because they didn't even check. Now, that is a clear possibility. So the fact that there was never an initial questioning of the suspect, like there are in every investigation, is very suspect. And that lends credibility to the defense. And I wanted to get that out there because I am not a guilter. I look at the evidence in the case. I believe still what I believed from the beginning. I did do a video yesterday bringing up some circumstances, and I did that for a big reason, because I could be wrong. Law enforcement could have been wrong in the manner in which they investigated the case. Or, even worse, I could be right. Law enforcement could be right in the way they investigated the case, and this guy may have had other nocturnal activities that were unrelated to the case, and it's very easy for somebody with that type of mindset to want to toy with everybody around them, give them clues to things that they don't know he's giving them clues to. And I'll just stop right there. But the reason I'm not going to do the video today, I'm going to put it out, maybe I'll do it Wednesday, but I've got some other things to look into, and those other things are missing persons accounts within 3 hours drive of Pullman, Washington. And that's all I'm going to say today. But folks, please like and subscribe to the channel. Please post your comments, post your criticisms. And as always, Pavarotti is out.